Welcome back to the garage, man. Today you guys are gonna be kicking it with Braven for the first part of the video for a little while. He's got some work to do to his Integra. Enjoy that, man. I'm leaving you guys in good hands. I'll be back in a little bit.
What's up, puppy? What's up, puppies? Hi. Hi, puppies. These are crackheads. These are crackheads. Alrighty, ow! Yo, what is up, guys? So, in today's video, you guys are gonna be hanging out with me. Well, I mean, for at least the first half of the video, you guys are gonna be hanging out with me. So, I wanna get some things done on my Integra, and my dad's just been too busy, so I've been kind of waiting for him. I've been pretty hyped to do it. As soon as I show you guys what we're about to do, then you guys get hyped as well. Alright, so we're actually gonna be taking off these fenders right now. That fender, this fender, probably the front bumper, the rear bumper, and the rear support bar. So we're gonna be taking all that off right now because we have to get those actually out and cleaned up so they could be fit on my car, and so we can actually get my car up and going and we actually could drive it. No, no. Right there. Front bumper off. Alrighty, so officially lost daylight because Hannah pulled up, and yeah, that's all I have to say. But I got this front end all taken apart so I could actually take it to my car. This is technically all that we need at the moment, but I do need to get this rear bumper off, but that's not a need to. So I'm just gonna take this stuff out there and clean it up because I already have a front bumper, a rear bumper on my car, so I'm just gonna keep that on there for now. I just finished cleaning these fenders, both these fenders, and then the front bumper. So now here comes the fun part. I'm going to be sanding these fenders so then we can actually get to the fun part of the video, installing them on. So right now I have this tape right here so I can protect my paint. It's just a low adhesive tape. So I poked the holes where the 10s actually screw into so I know where I should line up the actual fender holes. But this is just temporary so I don't scratch any of my paint. Then right after I finish sanding this one, then I'll start installing. Alrighty, so I already finished sanding this one because, you know, I had to give a little sneak peek to my Instagram followers. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram so you get sneak peeks into the next videos. And yeah, that's what we're about to do right now. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so there it is right there. It looks absolutely ugly next to the fresh paint, but that's fine. I kinda can't wait for the moment where I pull up to like a car show or something with my car looking like this, and then I pop the hood and it looks really good. That's like one of the moments that I'm actually excited for, because I know that I put in a lot of work inside this engine bay that you can't really tell from the outside, but you can if you actually pop the hood. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you open this door, there's gonna be 1 right here, 5, and then there's gonna be 1 down here, 6. So then that means we need 12 10s in order to actually put both these fenders on. So let's go get those. Alrighty, so I got 12 10s right here, and a lot of them have like old paint and stuff on them. Sorry, Dad, I stole your bolts from the original Civic, but I want to get them all nice so that they all actually match and look good. These aren't 100% staying on the car, or at least the 3 ones that are on the top aren't staying on there because I have my MPC hardware that we're going to be installing after we actually paint the car. So let's go ahead and get these cleaned up with the wire wheel. Alrighty then, moment of truth. Can my door open and close and everything, with everything bolted up? This right now is the fitment. There's a pretty even gap in between there. So now let's try to open the door. I don't hear any creaks. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm just gonna go put on that fender and then I'm going to show you guys the finished product. Alrighty. Got everything cleaned up and ready for tomorrow. See you then.
Damn, bro. It actually looks like a car. That's what's up. I'm back, and now we are planning on, what are we planning on? Braven's getting the headlight all masked off because we are going to be painting the back sides of them the same way that I did my car. And it is time to get some color on this damn valve cover, bro. This is actually the valve cover that is off the H23, right?
Yes. So
the blue valve cover is still on his car, but we're going to paint this one so that we can just swap them out. And then we'll probably end up doing something with the blue one also. I don't know. Who knows? But either way, this thing's basically all prepped up. Just gotta do some masking on it and everything. Shoot some primer on this stuff and start putting some color down, man. So yeah, see you guys out back. But I'm pretty sure that I showed you guys this. I don't remember. But that same canopy that we got out front around Braven's car, I bought another one and we set it up out back so that we had a shady place to just kind of hang out and kick it, you know? The problem with the backyard has always been how dark it is, dude. So I did go and I picked up a couple more of these LED lights and I have them mounted up here, but one of the most important damn lights is that motherfucker right there, boy. Because as you can see, the sun is going down. It's going down really quick. We kind of got a late start today. That's all right, man. If the sun goes down, we'll still have some light. Enough light to work. It's probably gonna be really poor lighting for recording, but we'll be able to get through it, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, I got this dirt all sprayed down because I'm ready to put a coat of primer on the valve cover. Bro, I can't wait to get the damn spray booth done. Grab yourself some stickers and shirts, man. Link in the description down below. We just got to get fans, lights, those lights I hung up, but I need 20 of them. And then the fans that I got to get, I need 4 fans and they're like $160 a piece. Got to do some kind of flooring setup. I don't know. Basically, the booth needs a bunch of money thrown at it so it'll be finished. But it most certainly is going to be awesome whenever we do get it done so I don't have to do all this shit. And I hate dragging my freaking compressor hose through mud. All right, enough bitching, bro. Let's throw a coat of primer on this valve cover. We are also going to be painting the old top section of Braven's manifold. If you guys remember, we got a new manifold. Well, the new manifold took the newer style IAC, the OBD2 AB, whatever the hell it is. Either way, it's not the right IAC that we need for his car. So we're going to go ahead and paint this one and put this top portion off his old manifold onto the lower portion of his new manifold, so that then we have the correct IAC actually plugged into the car, because that's the only real problem that we have left with this car, bro, for it to idle properly, is the fact that we can't plug the IAC in. So I know there's other options. I know you can just delete the IAC into tune, but I've heard that you have problems with cold start and stuff after that. Who knows? This is what we're gonna do, and yeah. Yeah. The valve cover primer is dry, so Braven's gonna go over it with some 320 grit sandpaper and just smoothing the primer out really quick so I can get the spraying. When you sand this, take the lettering all the way down to metal. If you want to grab the DA, you can. This is what it is we're gonna do whenever we actually do the paint, but we'll go back and we'll put tape in between these areas, so that whenever, if it does hit like it is hitting here, it'll be hitting tape, you know what I'm saying? So, but you want to take the primer down right now also, so that later whenever we're trying to work through the paint, we don't have to work through the paint and work through primer. So it's just going to make it easier for us in the future. So now go ahead and do the rest of this by hand with the 320. Just a really quick thing, just kind of scuff it down. Braven wants it white, so it's gonna be white. Gotta set you guys up way back here so I don't get overspray all over my damn camera. White is really finicky, bro. White, and from my experience, yellow is pretty hard too. The thing with white and yellow is they don't cover very well. So whenever you're shooting that first coat, you're trying to get rid of the primer. You know what I'm saying? Like going on heavy like you would normally with, like, I don't know, black or, you know, a darker color. And you're used to that first coat just kind of diminishing the primer to where you can't see the primer anymore. And you're trying to achieve that when you're putting your first coat with white or yellow as well. But those colors are a little bit more transparent. They don't cover as well. So naturally, you end up trying to put a little bit heavier of a coat, not even realizing it, and then I'm getting a run on the very first coat. I didn't do that because I'm used to spraying this shit. I literally paint every single day of my life, bro. So with white on the first coat, I basically leave it transparent, dude. I don't try to cover absolutely everything. I just do a nice thin layer, so as you can see on the side how like you still see primer through it. That's fine, especially on the first coat, because if you try to get too heavy, from my experience with whites and yellows, sometimes red even, you'll end up getting a run, dude. So you got to be kind of patient with it. Yeah, that's been sitting for about 5 minutes now after I put the first coat on it, so it's ready. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a second coat. This one's gonna be a lot heavier, and you're not gonna be able to see the primer now after this coat. Then I'll let that one sit for about 5 minutes or so, and then I'll do a final coat. The final coat will be my thickest coat. I'm gonna lay it on there heavy as fuck, have it nice and shiny while it's wet, the whole thing. And then it's done, dude. Just let it dry. Wet paint, coming through, coming through. All right, valve cover is sprayed. Brought it in the garage so it can dry. We're not gonna be able to put it on the car, obviously, until tomorrow, but now I'm gonna set up and get all the black stuff sprayed. All right, so we got the housings on the headlights painted black, and we got that manifold painted black that I was talking about. But this stuff is basically probably just gonna leave them sitting out here overnight so they can dry. We might bring them in the garage in a little bit whenever we're done. But now that I'm done spraying stuff for the night, we need to mount his battery up. I had made this little tray for his battery to sit in. It fits inside of this thing perfectly. And we're gonna be mounting it right here in the same place that I have my battery mounted on my car. But whenever you put this thing up here, like, it fits well. But I do want a little bit more of a gap from the tire. But if you look on this side, we're not all the way up against as far as I'd like to be. I'd like it to sit all the way up against here, but because this actually humps out right here, it's not letting it, so I'm basically gonna have to, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna cut that little section out of the way because really we don't need it. So now to mount this damn thing, what I'm gonna do is just screw like 6 holes and use some long screws through it, like the big self-tappers. But just remember that this right here is just to hold the battery from moving around. It's not actually supporting the weight. The weight is gonna be supported by this through bolt right here. I've been sitting here trying to figure this out for a minute, how to mount this thing. So I'm gonna end up taking one of these through bolts, and we're gonna through bolt it into the frame rail at the top and at the bottom underneath it. So then whenever these are through bolted, there'll be a nut on the back side, and then we'll be able to drill holes in this, and then this will be on the front just cinching down on the battery. So I hope I explained that well enough, but I'm just gonna get it done and then I'll show you what it looks like after I'm finished. Does that look straight?
Yeah, it should be from my angle.
It looks straight from an angle?
Yeah.
Fuck. Damn, boy. Not gonna tighten it down right now because we need to do the cables and everything, but there it is. That's it. Fuck yeah. I'll brave and clean up my mess.
How it works.
Sick. Alright, we got the ground cable just looped around, going straight to the ground, then the power comes down. I left this long in case, you know, we ever end up changing it up, because I was kind of thinking about maybe getting a side post battery just so that there was a little bit more room up here. But I mean, there's plenty of room. It's nowhere near the metal, but it would probably feel a little better with a side post battery. But we do need to get him a little rubber cover just so I'd feel more comfortable. But I can fit my fingers in between the actual body and the top of the post, so it should be fine. Fuck it. But anyhow, nothing left to do tonight except for to wait for paint to dry. So see you guys in the morning. Well, I'll be damn there, boy. What you look at that, huh? How you like how they came out?
I like the housing, but now I
Yeah.
gotta buff them because
it still looks like crap, huh? Yeah, these headlights need to be buffed out really, really bad, bro. And I'm thinking whenever we do buff them, we're gonna need to put a clear coat over them too.
so they don't
Just-
get like that again.
Yeah, so that it helps protect them. But anyhow, Braven just got these all peeled off. His manifold is ready. We're gonna start putting that back together. And the valve cover is also ready. We can start getting all the tape off of it. Alright, we're gonna peel this. We are now gonna be sanding the paint off this Doc VTEC. Anyhow, I got this all masked off around the Doc VTEC, and we're gonna be sanding the paint off of it just so it pops, man, because we like it to pop, 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 pop. And out with the old. All right, so while we have his valve cover off, before we put the new one on, MPC actually hooked him up with some valve cover hardware. Brayman, where's your hardware at, boy? All right, so whenever you're using this valve cover hardware, you have to actually take the studs out that are in the head. These little studs right here that are going around, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many of them does it replace? Does it replace all of them? Anyhow, basically, you're gonna pull this stud out, and the threads that are in the head that this stud screws into, that is now what these bolts are gonna screw into. So we're gonna go ahead and get these studs pulled out and then show you guys what's up. All right, now with this hardware, it's got O-rings on it. So you guys see it's got the 2 little O-rings. So what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of this assembly lube on that O-ring so it pops into the valve cover without ripping it. Bam, bro, just like that. So now, since we removed those studs, these little beauty washers go on here, and now instead of the stud, you have a long bolt. That bolt drops in, and it's the Allen wrench. Tighten that thing down. Bam, dude, that actually pops really good on that white. Once we get it all in, we're gonna wipe the valve cover down really good. But yeah. All right, so got all the hardware in there, and one final touch. Bam! Do you hear how it's idling now with the IAC on there? Hell yeah, bro, that's fucking dope. Finally, something goes right. Alright guys, we got his valve cover done. We got his intake manifold figured out with the IAC. Got his battery all mounted up. Braven got all of his fenders pulled off and got them cleaned up, though I might be looking for a new set of fenders and a new front bumper because these ones are pretty damn rough. But we at least got them out and got it fitted, and it's nice to see what the car looks like with a front end. Partial of a front end. There's still a whole lot to do to his car. You guys already know that. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Peace. See you on the next one. Uh-oh.